Reason and Spontaneity, Overcoming the Horrific Modern Error. The horrific error of modern man pertains to the Machiavellian, then Cartesian, split between reason and imagination, a split that we are thereupon driven to overcome, either by imposing an autonomous or mechanistic reason upon the imagination, or by fueling the imagination to overcome the supposed limits of what Kant called pure reason. In reality, or outside of the sphere of modern delusion, reason is primordially the natural reflective turn of imagination upon its spring. The spontaneity of imagination is not sustained by a modern consciousness of the primacy of imagination over reason, but by a flexing back or reflection of the flow of imagination towards its source. A classical rational imagination involves not the instrumentalizing of imagination, or an imagination bent to serve an alien mechanistic reason, but the perfecting of imagination's natural mandate through a restitution of the object of sense to its divine source. This restitution is what classical antiquity refers to as natural reason, which exposes the object of imagination to its proper or original context, namely, the horizon of luminous understanding or of divine intelligence, presupposed by all yearnings for understanding. It is as natural reason alone that imagination is redeemed from all erring, in the sense that all erring is saved from horrific error. It is natural reason alone that assured Socrates that he could not become or fall prey of evil. Disgracefully, in our modern age, we are raised to ignore natural reason and imagination as lived in classical ages. Imagination is for us release from the demands of reason, while reason is essentially instrumental or cunning. Thus it is that we accept modern sciences as telling us what things are, while dreaming of the value or identity of things. The mechanistic what is supposed to allow us to dream of the who of things, to envision personality. The upshot of the modern revolution is a world in which the person stands to things as software stands to hardware. The imagination is the epiphenomenon of a natural machine, such as the brain. Hence, modern man's reliance on methods, most notably the so-called scientific method, that are supposed to place practical restrictions on everyone's imagination, lest anyone try imposing his private dreams on others' lives. What modern man speaks of as reason is, generally speaking, an instrument of control of the imagination, a tool, or more precisely mechanistic method, we rely on for the twofold purpose of limiting and unleashing or empowering our imagination. This is what we learn in schools, what schools are supposed to teach us. Techniques of control that are supposed to prove liberating. Whence the contemporary government support systematic effort to convince all youth that technology shall set you free. Technology incarnates the fullness of modern instrumentalist reason, which is supposed to restrict our imagination and therewith our sentiments, our all too earthly passions, in the act of liberating them. Thanks to technology, we are supposed to be able to dream all that we please. Technology is supposed to secure a space for us to dream. Those seeking freedom ought to seek it within the practical strictures provided by technology, or a technological logic, a language that redefines our freedom as a function of slavery. The free man is free by moving within a cage secured for him by technology. To be free is to dream of being free, especially when we can thereupon affirm our freedom as supreme responsibility, fully supported by technology. The technological imperative implicates the necessity for us all to dream of being free, a necessity tied to technology itself, to the dominion of technology, and so to technocracy. To be free beyond our dreams is anathema, since freedom outside of the machine poses the greatest existential threat to the great guarantor of modern freedom, a danger that no grand inquisitor would ever wish to tolerate.